Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator France to Australia bush trip a little bit. We arrived at Tobruk yesterday, so we shall leave from Tobruk today and see where we can go. Let's see how far we can go. How far is Sidi Barrani? Big airport. 39 minutes, just about right. So let's find some points along the way. Another airport here. Let's add that. Add Salum. Salum itself is... I see nothing there. Well, we better go have a look at that. Salum, the mysterious desert island thing. Oasis of Salum. Let's go to Badia. Anything else up here? I guess there's a little dot here. Let's go to this one. Kambut Airport. Kambut. Let's actually go down to this one as well. We were going to land there yesterday, but we chose not to. Because of reasons. Can we find anything else to zigzag us? Yeah, well, let's go to Kambut itself. There we go. Have a look at Kambut itself. It's not too bad. If we could get maybe one more in here somewhere. Hello? Any towns? Any nothing? Any anythings? Nothing nothings. Here we go. Sidi Barrani. Still feel like... Here we go. And we can do Bakbak. The extremely large town of Bakbak. There is nothing there. Could probably do with another zigzag here somewhere. Hello? Any towns? Alright, that'll do. Zawiyat al-Manastir. Bam. Feel like even another one here would be good. There we go. Gasser el-Jadi. Bam. And I feel like a breakup would be good here. There's a little something here. Al-Kara. I think that'll do. I think that'll do. Let's go. Alright, here we are on our patch of dirt at Tobruk. Let's go. Let's announce depart straight out. Oh, we're sliding. We're sliding.
Traffic Chas Rover. Zulu Alpha 11 taking off runway 15 departing straight out.
Yeah, we are. Oh, it's so slidey. It's so slidey on dirt. Come on, plane, up you go. There we go. Alright, well, we didn't take off the front wheel today, so that's at least something. Less wind today. We've got 12 knots. That's much better. Something I didn't do on our little picking waypoints was actually visit Tobruk, so I'm gonna have to do that right now. It's over here on the water. Gonna wait for our little starter. Wait for our purple line.
Alpha 11 is type Diamond DA 62 1 miles southeast of Hotel Lima Tango Oscar 1000 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Come on, Purple Arrow. I just want to tick you off, and then we go have a look at Tobruk, and then head south.
Squawk 0745 Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11. Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 radar contact 2 miles southeast of Hotel Lima Tango Oscar 1500 feet. Clear through the Charlie airspace. Maintain on navigation. Cleared through the Charlie airspace Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Come on, Purple Arrow. We should have ticked over by now. If I don't do, there's no marking. There we go. So that's the one. Now we can go over here, and then we can follow our purple line to get back to where we need to be. But let's go have a look at Tobruk first. See what it's like. Looks like a pretty big city. Let's level off. Why did I just tap the power down button once and it went down to 70%? What you doing, game? What you doing? What's going on here, Tobruk? You're gigantic. Big roundabouts with nice little shapes and symbols on them. More blue roofs. Possibly a football field, not sure. Kind of government buildings maybe. Big sort of palace in the middle here maybe. Wow, look at this. Look at this place. Alright, well we've sort of seen most of that. What's that? Look at this thing. What is that? That's a big building. What's going on there? Alright, well, we're now miles and miles away from our purple line, but I'm gonna basically head for 164 for, well look, it was 4 minutes 45 to Gamma Abd El Nasser Airport. But we'll find it, it'll be down here somewhere. We'll just, might even be it there. There's like a little straight line over there. That might be it even. Let's go find out, shall we? Alright, so this direction, I'm going to head to that, what looks like an airport out there, hidden in the distance. At the very least, we're on track to get back to the purple line, which is over to our right somewhere. Directly south of the airport there. Like it's roughly in the right spot. It could be the airport that we're heading to. I'm just looking at Google Maps here. Where... Let's see. I think we're possibly landing in Egypt. Where did I set to land? Sidi Barrani. Yeah, that's... We would have crossed over, so somewhere between Bardia and El Saloum is Egypt border. There we go. There we go. Saying goodbye to Libya and hello Egypt. Sick. That's sick, bro. I have to say Libya is larger than I thought it was. I don't know much about it, but yes, we've been doing Libya for days now. For days. Little town here. I think that is the airport after all. I was correct. I saw that from miles away. Absolutely miles upon miles. Alright, purple line is finally in view again. There it is, over on the left. Not far from Egypt, over there somewhere. I wonder if it'll be obvious where the border is, like it was last time. Although it wasn't obvious, it's just I found that weird road that then split into three. It went into a bunch of buildings, and I'm like, hey, that's a border crossing. We must be in Libya. How's it going down there, people? It's been great to visit you. Let's hope the zombies haven't arrived yet. They are on their way. So, this is good old-fashioned Gamal Abdel Nasser Airport. Abd El Nasser. I wonder if that's really Abdul Nasser. I wonder if Abdul is two words and we have put it in one word in English and Abdel. Maybe it's Abdel and Abdul. Maybe they mean different things. Obviously they mean different things, but anyway, let's hope the purple arrow wants to be satisfied that we're in the right area. It should tick over very shortly. There it is, the airport on the actual map. This must be an international airport. It's pretty big. Maybe. Could be a military airport. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it's had much buildings put in by the algorithm. Come on, purple line. You can do it, purple arrow. Or can you? You've given up, have you, purple arrow? No, there you go, purple arrow. Coming in clutch. Alright, 65 degrees for 5:23 on our way to Al-Qara. We'll do a big loop here. Probably turn a little bit tighter, mainly because right now we're going to be miles away from the line and have to make our way back to it. In fact, I'll go a little bit more than 65, maybe about there, until we get back to the safety and comfort of our line. Bunch of little industrial areas there near the airport. Again, it might be military barracks, yeah? Don't know. It would probably be blurred out, surely, if that were the case. Alright. Nearly back to our line. There it is. Is the line going to be along a road or something? A little bush track, maybe? Do it. Get to 65 degrees now. I didn't reset the clock. You didn't remind me. There we go. So that was probably a minute or two that's and we're doing 5 minutes 23. Gonna have to leave the road behind. We're heading up this way. So, you know, probably about 4.5 minutes on the clock. We'll have to wait, having done 22 seconds, and we've probably done about a minute and 22 seconds, maybe even more. It doesn't really matter. I follow the purple arrow anyway, and the line. There we are. We're nice and sort of on top of the line. Close enough anyway. Alrighty then. We've had a little look around. There's not too much in the vicinity that's much different than what we're looking at right in front of us. Little oasis here. A couple of trees. Kind of... What's this? Definitely... I was going to say definitely human made, maybe not. Don't know what that could be. Just something, maybe a water tank or something, out in the desert. In the desert. Right, so we've done 2 minutes on our way to Al-Qara. Oh, I do see a little town there. Maybe that's where it is. I see you, little town. Alrighty then. What else is there to look at out here? Oh, look at these little bumpy bits. Yeah, haven't had those for a bit. Something a little bit different there. Strange rock formations. Alright, well, we're about nearly 4 minutes. We've got our little point here, so actually I had flown a little bit more than a minute when I remembered to start the clock, I guess. But here we are at Alcalá. Again, it's sort of off. It's on the big road here, but away from the sea. You'd think people would want to be on the sea, surely. Surely. Anyway, there was probably a reason to set up shop here. Not least of which that's where the road went through. Excuse me, I'm having a hiccup. Yeah, not much to you, Alcalá. You got a big government building there, though, I think, some sort. Got some mines, maybe, off in the distance, off in the left there. Right, now we want 98 degrees. We're basically following this road, I think. For 5 minutes and 2 seconds. We are going to Cambut. Cambut. Yes, ma'am.
120.9er Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11. Tripoli Center, Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 2,400 feet.
Get back to the road. That's basically where the purple line is. And hopefully where the interesting things to look at are. Again, we're back to just desert flat. We had that interesting segment up on the peninsula there, on the highlands kind of thing, where everything was lush and green. And now we're back to this. Little, I mean, barely a town there, barely a village, just a bunch of people hanging out, really. Almost a camp of some sort. Trailers and shit. There we go, we're back on the line. We now want our 98 degrees so that we can happily get to where we go on Cambut. Cambut, that must be it there at the second curve of the road. Got a bit of a S-bend here. Headed into some even more desert, really. I guess that's just not zoned in. What's the word I'm looking for? Loaded in quite 100%, but it's looking really hazy over there, even down near the water. But that might just be the simulation. Certainly not heaped. In saying that, apparently right now, at 1:22 p.m. local time here in Libya, it's 16 degrees in the beginning of December. It was 8 degrees a couple of legs ago. Man, it's gotten warm all of a sudden. 16's pretty warm. Not, you know, boiling hot, but better than 8 degrees. The wind's calmed down. It's, this is almost like a valley in a way. A river valley with farms and things on it. A lush bit of sort of watery area. Is this a lake? An actual lake? Suddenly there was water. Alright, our white line's starting to move and our little custom points showing up. This is Kambut town. The town of Kambut, Libya. We're not far from the border now. I think from what I could see on Google Maps, it was basically down just off. You know, the sea goes round that way, and so the border must be sort of here somewhere. Hopefully we'll be able to see something that makes it obvious where the border is. Let's say hello to Kambut first, though. There's not much to you, so why have you got your own airport? Our next stop is actually Kambut Airport. Kambut Airport. Well, you're obviously doing enough that you need your own airport. Maybe you're mining gas, coal or something, whatever. You need to ship that shit out on an airplane. What's next? 117. I'm already doing 117 for 2 minutes 43. Kambut Airport. Is this a lake or is this the airport actually? Basically where the airport would be, right? Oh, I can see how... There's a line there. Over here maybe? What is this? Maybe Kambut Airport is military. Maybe this has been redacted. Whatever it is, it's pretty weird. Yeah, I think this might be an airport, but it's been redacted or something. It's blurred out and it's just ended up being a what looks like the shadow of a giant disc spaceship just floating. Is there a spaceship up here? No? Okay. Just checking, you know. Still plenty of indications of aliens around here. This is, you know, the cradle of civilization. Let's not kid ourselves. We didn't build the pyramids. Lol, it was the aliens. Actually, if you want my preferred conspiracy theory, it's that this is the airport. What has happened here? Was it shaded the day the photographs were taken by some giant umbrella? My preferred conspiracy theory is that certainly there were civilizations, human civilizations, pre-12,000 years ago. There was some kind of calamity. Some people think there were some, you know, comets that hit the Earth, and places that were above water were suddenly underwater, and vice versa. This is so weird. Could that really have been a huge cloud or something that was just because it looks like a shadow? Why is this airport in shadow? Kambut Airport. Mysterious. This is so mysterious. It's aliens, bro. I'm telling you. Has to be. What other explanation could there be? Look at this giant circular thing was on this airport the day the aerial photography was taken, blotting out the sun. Don't try and tell me that's not aliens. Anyway, there were previous civilizations to 12,000 years ago that were almost completely, there's no evidence of, because of the calamity that happened, and plus 12,000 years. You know, I was reading something about how the Titanic has only been underwater for 100 years, and there's only 50% of it left. So 12,000 years, there's not going to be anything left, regardless of whether there was something there or not, whether they made it out of fucking plastic or not, you know? Not that they had plastics, but who knows, maybe they did. Maybe they had all sorts of technologies that we've completely forgotten and lost that make it bloody easy to cart 500-ton sandstone blocks 500 miles that don't require the use of a cat. Didn't reset the clock. We're heading to 82 degrees. Why are we heading to 82 degrees? There we go. 3 minutes 14. We're on our way to Gasa El Jadi. That must be it there, right in front of us. We can see it. If you're wondering what the cat thing was, there's an old joke where a guy visits his friend on a third-story apartment that has no elevator. It's all stairs, and he's got a grand piano. And he goes, "Oh, how did you get the grand piano in here?" He goes, "Oh, my cat dragged it up." And he looks at the cat, little tabby cat sitting in the corner. He's like, "How did you get your tiny little cat to drag a grand piano up the stairs?" He goes, "I used a whip." But tish. Because that to me is like the standard explanation of how the pyramids were built. They just had enough slaves and had enough time and whipped them or whatever to make them carry those blocks. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's likely at all. I think they were... No, I'm not saying they weren't slaves, but I think they were trained and they had technology and they had techniques and they had tools that we have lost, and they, you know, figured out how to move these things and carve them properly and do the mathematics for making sure that the chambers lined up to the North Star and all of this shit that the pyramids are doing. We just assume that people from previous ages were stupid or something. No, they were just as smart as we are now. The human brain hasn't changed in 12,000 years, not much anyway. They had clever people. They were, you know, had thousands, probably tens of thousands of years in this part of the world to develop their civilization and technology. And then they all got lost. Because people, you know, pick on each other. Let's see. This is our custom point. I'm going off on a complete rant here. A complete rant. I just realised the wind's up here as well. I don't need to put it on here at all. Actually, no, it isn't. It's completely different. Alright, don't know what that is then. Not facing the right direction. This is Gasa El Jadi. Again, it seems to be sort of farming / mining as its main source of getting shit done. We've got some olive trees there. Man, we got all sorts of shit. Alright, now we're doing 104, which I'm already doing. I must have been subconsciously following the line. We're also 3 minutes 14. On our way to Zawiyat al-Manastir. I'm going to follow the road. This is all just a desert. This is a beach, basically. This is a beach. This is the world's largest beach. Again, I'm no geologist. But when people say this has all been leveled through wind erosion rather than water erosion, I find that hard to believe. Because, again, this is a beach. There's a beach here. This is the waves coming in and you know, that does that. It does that for tens of thousands of years, and it makes that surely that was water all up here, you know? I just feel like the Mediterranean was much higher at some point. Now, you know, maybe that's the case, but when you delve down into these conspiracy theories about ancient civilizations and things and how old things are and whether there could have been advanced, like really advanced civilizations 12,000 years ago, and the reason for that is no, because all of this, you know, it couldn't possibly be underwater or whatever, don't buy it. Don't buy it. I'm looking at it with my own eyes. What the hell is that? That's some kind of canal over there. Look at this. Giant canal going off into the distance. I'm not buying it. I'm going into conspiracy mode here. I need to get back into that. When I was a kid, I was really into ancient Egypt and previous civilizations and things. And it's getting a bit of a resurgence these days. Everyone assuming that there's some kind of conspiracy going on. And people seem to me that they've absolutely proven that the Sphinx is older than whatever. It could actually be 12,000 years old. And they're like, no, there's no civilizations. And now they found, I forget where it is, some place that they've dug up that is 12,000 years old and is a major city. Alright, this is not where we're going, Gas El Jadi, but we're close. The custom point's just up ahead of us. So this is part of it. Don't know what that's all about with its blue roads. Blue roads. Let's keep following the road. Speaking of which, that canal over there just off way off into the distance. Alright, custom points here somewhere. Oh, must be this little blob of people up here is Gas El Jadi. Not really, in fact it's a point I put down here somewhere. Maybe there, maybe that little group of people I clicked on. I didn't always click exactly on the town because I was trying to get the zigzags going. Let's see, 107 now for 237. On our way to Zawiyat al-Manastir. That must be it at the coast there. And here's something that I've just realised really annoys me. I wish there was some way on the navlog that I could put these town names on the navlog instead of it saying custom, but it just says custom for the name. When you select them on the map at the beginning, up the top it shows you the nav points you've selected and they've all got the right names. Even it just finds the nearest town, I think, because even when I wasn't quite clicking on the town, it was popping up there. Why doesn't that get transferred to the navlog? Why doesn't it say Zawiyat al-Manastir instead of custom? Or at least let me type that in. We're at the point now, this game's over a year old, that we need a few little quality of life things added. Please, Asobo, please. Look at these cliffs and whatnot, and this town up on the top of it. Really interesting. It even extends down into the cliff there. What's going on with this place? Bunch of things on the edge of the cliff there, and then at the edge of the next cliff, and then I guess this is the more where the shops are, perhaps? Oh yeah, there are a few little houses down in the thing there, down to probably a little port. Ah, that's cool. That's real cool. And what's that? Maybe even a little fort or something. Cool. Fair enough.
Squawk 7000.
We're out of here.
Frequency change. Approved Chas
Alright,
Rover Zulu
182 for
Alpha
6 minutes.
11. Pyro Center Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 is type Diamond DA 6221 miles
On our
northwest
way
of
to
Hotel Echo
Bardia,
1
which I think is the last town in Libya before the next town was in Egypt. So the border must be down here somewhere. In fact, I'm going to head over to the road here. I can see the road. It's probably closer to our line. It is. Gyro control.
Alpha 11 radar contact 20 miles northwest of Hotel Echo 19 or 2,000 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Cleared through the Charlie airspace, Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Thank you. Yeah, well.
Alpha 11 contact Tripoli Center on
No, see, I'm at the border now because I've flown a little bit back this way. I'm now going to. We just literally handed off to Cairo, and now we're going to go through all that again to hand it back off to Tripoli Center.
Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 2,000 feet. Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 Tripoli Center QNH 29.83 continuous plan.
Thank you. And in 2 minutes, it'll be you're leaving my airspace, Zulu Alpha 11. Alright, there we go. Let's follow the road a bit more. We're on the other side of the line now. I think where we can see those trees and whatnot, that must be where we're headed. Although, yeah, 6 minutes we've done. I didn't reset the clock, so we've done about 2. Right, so riddle me this. This 18 knots, yeah, coming directly in front of us. Over here we've got 17, 18. Is that it is? It's the same thing, and yet, oh, it's because the maps north. Oh, okay, so that is the wind. It's just, yeah, obviously this is from my point of view, and that's from. Alright, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Consider it allowed. One last look at Libya before we bid it a civil adieu. And it goes down here somewhere. There's gonna be a border crossing into Egypt. I wonder if I wonder if this is the border. It's got to be around here somewhere. Probably not quite. I think the next town after Bardia, which is the one we're going to now, is Saloum. I think it was over there, and that one is in Egypt, so... Anyway, we're over a big town here. Not one I picked, apparently. But one that exists nonetheless. In fact, I should have been smart, which I wasn't, and just followed the road. Because it looks like we're heading to somewhere that's... I mean, we've only done 4 minutes of 6. So in another 2 minutes ahead here, there's Bardia, and yet we could have been just turning along the road here. You know what? Is that a border crossing, maybe? I think it is. I think this must be a border crossing. So that white line there is the border. You've got, you know, you've got places to park and, you know, whatever here is the border for sure. And then it's the same again on the other side. Yep, I reckon this is a border crossing. We're not far from our point anyway, so let's go make the purple arrow happy. Doesn't look like there was much to Bardia. I'm not seeing anything much out here at all. We are online, yes. Now we're even more flat desert. Like, this is crazy. It's not even like a hill. It's not even a bump. Not a tree, not a bush, I guess. I mean, they're kind of probably little bushes and things. Desert grass. We've got a couple of lone buildings in the middle of nowhere. Our custom point is here somewhere. Hello, Bardia. Are you just... why have you got a name? Why were you on the map? Maybe you're ancient ruins or something. Maybe we'll never know. You know, there is a single building there with stuff around it. I mean, that again could be ruins of some sort. Possibly. Hard to tell. More stuff here, which is in fact what I picked as Bardia. Could it be ruins? Is that what that is? I don't know. I don't know. Alright. Curve right round now to 95 degrees for 425 to Salum. Now I've put Salum and then airport, but it seems we're actually heading to the airport if it's 95 degrees, so I must have got those around the wrong way. This is to Salum Airport, which is in Egypt. Why am I losing so much height? Oh, they're just not paying attention. Again, we've got all these little, I don't know, are these farms or are they things that have been carved out or towns that haven't been rendered in or ruins? I mean, I'm going with the ruin idea. So I'll reset our clock, because that would be the smart thing to do. Still confused why this is the airport, and then so I wrote Salum and then Salum Airport. Here we go. Back to Cairo.
Frequency changed. Approved Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11. Cairo Center Chas
There's
Rover
beach
Zulu
going on
Alpha
over
11,
here. Look at
5
this.
Diamond DA 629er miles west of Hotel Echo 19er, 1,900 feet. Request flight following. Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 Cairo Center. Squawk 5773.
I think we're in Egypt now. If not, this is also a border. Possibly. We're suddenly going into different kinds of photography, I think. Look at this. I don't think that's like that. Maybe. Maybe. But anyway.
Roger, Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Wow. It just gets more deserty. Just keeps getting more deserty. Yeah, what's all this about? We've got little circular patterns. Are these, you know, fields or something? Or are they an archaeological dig? I don't know. I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm missing something here. It's either an archaeological dig. Yeah, we're up on a shelf here and we're about to go. So again, tell me that wasn't all water. Tell me this wasn't a beach. Look at this. And then what's going on here? Well, it's just massive seas or something while it was the photos were going. What is it? What are these things? What are these things? Dude. Dude. Alright. Is that the airport there? Yeah, I think it is. There's an airport here. So that's Salum Airport. plane. What? Sudden wind? Sudden huge winds? Let's see the waves over there. That's incredible. Is that sand or is that water churned up? Looks like almost huge waves, but I think it must be sand. It's a big sand bank. Ridge just goes on all the way over there. Wow. And yeah, look at this airport with nothing around it. Anyway, welcome to Egypt for sure. This was definitely in Egypt. We did see that border crossing over there, so that must have been where it was. Didn't see another one because we flew down a bit further south, but such is the way of things. Alright, we now want 80 degrees. For 4 minutes 5 seconds to Salum itself. I'm going to head to the road here. A, it's basically where the 80 degrees is taking us, and B, it's not too far away from the white line. Let's see what we can see along this road with these incredible, I guess it is sand, sandy beaches, sand banks. Well, that's spectacular. Can't seem to center the camera, so be it. We won't center the camera then. You win, game. You win. Trim back a bit because we have been losing a bit of height. I think maybe it's just less fuel. The trimming settings aren't correct anymore. We're a little bit lighter. Why that mean we would lose height, I don't know. That makes no sense anyway. If we're lighter, we would gain more height, surely, on the same settings. Hello, any civilization? Certainly looks like little roads and paths through here, but again, they might just be little creeks and rivers. Don't think so. Definitely looks like roads. Well, you know, not roads, but paths. I'm telling you, Salem Airport is nowhere near Salem. 4 minutes flight, which is basically, what are we doing, 80 degrees? 21.19 kilometers. I guess the Salem people can sleep easy, that there won't be aircraft noise, although I'm about to fly over them at 2,000 feet. That'll annoy them, I'm sorry. Good thing the zombie apocalypse has probably been through here and there's no one to bother. Of course, the zombies can hear the plane and they're attracted to the noise, so I have a huge train of zombies following me on this trip. I pick some up everywhere I go. Never look back. I mean, they're not very fast, so they're back there somewhere following the plane. Trust me. Trust me. So long as we keep going forward into this direction, we'll outrun them. Alright, there we go. I see the custom point on my map. Hasn't quite shown up on the plane's map yet. There it is. Must be this conglomeration of what appears at first glance nothing. But there must be the town of Salum here. Village. Service station, whatever Salum is. Perhaps Egypt has not been well put into this game. Maybe it struggles, the algorithm struggles with it. Maybe it doesn't think there's any buildings when there are, because the buildings are different, and maybe the photography's not high-res enough or something. I mean, there is a town here, there are a couple of buildings coming in, but it's not much of one. Why does this town have a big airport 25 kilometers away from it? Yeah, that's not a town. That's a nothing. That's a nothing. All right, let's go 76 degrees for 452. On our way to Backpack. BAQ, BAQ. I don't think when I zoomed into that, I saw the name, but I couldn't see any sign of civilization around it. So my guess will be that Backpack will be fairly small, if not completely invisible. Excellent, excellent. Hello, what's going on down here? Little compound? Little place away from things? Farm, I guess? We've got some more olive trees being planted. I'm assuming that the trees in rows are in this place are olives as well. Some kind of small bushy tree that produces some kind of produce. Apples maybe, dates maybe. Any number of those things, but probably olives. You're all basically the same plant, aren't they? Once you've had one fruit, you've had them all, right? Goddamn fruit trees. Oh, lots of them here. Almost getting Tunisian levels of craziness. What have we got here? We must be, the white line's curving on, so our good old town of Backpack must be here somewhere. No, I still haven't got the marker for it yet. It must be over here somewhere. We've got more and more tree plantations here. There's the custom point. Hello, Backpack? Backpack. Hello, Backpack. Why do I keep saying Backpack? As soon as I say the word back, my brain goes to pack. Back. B-A-Q, B-A-Q. Yeah, I'm not saying anything here. couple of farm fields, not much else. Here somewhere. Welcome to Backpack. Jewel of this part of Egypt. Popular destination, no doubt. Oh, there we go, there's a house. Is that a pool? I don't know. It's a little water thing, anyway. Lovely to see you, Backpack. Oh, look, here we go. There's some... no, it's just farmed again. Alright, 113 for 221. We're on our way to Sidi Barrani. And then, in fact, the next segment is no time and landing at the airport. So, yeah, the airport must be basically the next segment where we will be landing today. Is that the airport right there? I ask you? Why can't I... There we go. It is the airport, I think. Yes, it is. So, where are we supposed to be landing? Sidi Barrani HE40. Yes, there we go. Oh, it hasn't got air traffic control. Well, let's see. Where's the wind? Okay, we can land on any of these. I'm not even going to bother talking to them. Not even worth it. Not even worth it. Can we lose our enough height quickly enough here? Get our flaps down, get our wheels down. Start going back and forth here. I don't even know if we need to. Let's, I think we're dropping pretty quick, which is good. Let's go 16R. Alright, that's 3. There we go.
Hotel Echo 40 traffic Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 112 miles northwest 1,100 feet inbound to land runway 16 right.
Come on, don't crash on me now, game. Don't crash on me now. Look at this, just perfect almost. We're actually a bit short. Oh, that was a quick landing, wasn't it? Just absolutely plummeted out of the sky to land here. Oh, we'll do a little bit. There we go. Ah, perfect. Perfect. Welcome to Sidi Barrani. Welcome to Egypt. I'm looking forward to this part. I love Egypt. Hopefully we'll see some interesting things along the way here. What was once and still is really the cradle of humanity. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir. Goodbye.